My name is Jason McNeil Graham. I also go by Mosley Water, Killy Holiday, Mowo. This piece is dedicated to folks sometimes whose names we never know. To the folks that would do this work whether or not they got any recognition. Fortunately, sometimes they do. Thank you for making this village better one at a time. Listen to me. Listen to me. Don't let anyone tell you they can tell you. Let me tell you, no one knows it like you do. And out of respect for what I don't know about you, I cannot simply espouse good news truisms that are as thin as the air I am speaking them through without any weight behind them. These words do not replace the unspeakable or unspoken. Poems cannot replace those who are willing to walk this long road infinity with you, to help you carry the weight of a heart heavy with light, yet leveraged against all the unknowing. You know all too well, no one knows it like you do. Let me tell you, I have a hunch that hanging on every word in a poem might be exactly like thirsty hands grasping at straws, failing to keep that camel's back from breaking in half. No one knows the half like you know it. No one knows the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth like you know it. And some poems have the blue sky audacity to tell you that you should see the silver lining in the mushroom cloud of a life blown apart. And some poems have the new day audacity to tell you that a bruise is every color of a rainbow after the storm hits, that there ain't nothing you can't overcome when you put your mind to it, and night is darkest before dawn, and it's all good, and no worries, no regrets. Hakuna Matata, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, because sometimes good news truisms are as thin as the air they are spoken through. But some people live poems. Some people know how to hold you without holding you back, lift you up, keep you grounded, and tear a little space in the open sky for you to stretch open wide your entire wingspan on this egg-shaped globe of a planet that breaks hearts like ready-born shells for you to come through, for your wobbling legs to be born from, wings shimmering, wet and shivering. Some folks disguise themselves as ordinary people, the way stars go common when the sun sets, just beams among multitudes in a long line of infinities for the flash of a life yet fully unfolded. Some folks make the whole night brighter and tuck in the sharp corners and don't pretend that the dark doesn't close in every day. We rise to meet it. Some folks, not of blood immediate, but of bonds everlasting, help to bind the story of you to the spine of a well-loved softcover playing hardback to help you sound out each unwritten word kept in a story of promise of who you will be by the end. Those folks who teach us being strong might look like admitting that you're having trouble holding your head up, you're having trouble holding your tears back, having trouble acting so hard shell tough, having trouble acting so grown up because it's hard tumbling from a nest that was never supposed to be forever and you didn't know that. How could you? They remind you you aren't weak for having bones that are hope hollow and shaking, holding air inside them like a breath. It takes time to learn how to put your full weight on the thin air without feeling like you're falling. It takes time to learn you have to put your back into it, have to put light to your back sometimes to see clearly, have to let the sun set to see all those stars winking at you. Sometimes you have to let go of where you started to finish what you started, which is a life galaxy full with people who also mean you no harm. Those human kind of people who love you, whether you like yourself very much, who will teach you how to make phoenix fires from the ash of aspiration, burnt but not forgotten, to keep the light in your eyes from growing dim and dormant, who can show you there is a richness in the roughness that is the polish of your life, that you are a gemstone priceless and twice as precious, that you, like them, are disguised as an ordinary person. The way stars go common when the sun sets into night, they will teach you how to find your way. They will find you walking that long road infinity, because like them, when all else goes dark, you shine.
Thank you, Jason, for that great performance and for using your immense talents to help kids in our community. On behalf of the entire board of directors of the Kids Center, I'd like to sincerely thank those who made today's virtual Healing Hearts Luncheon possible. Thanks to our co-presenting sponsors, Brooks Resources and Tenant Developments, for your generosity and leadership. To our many Healing Hearts sponsors, your support allows us to underwrite the cost of this event so that every donation we receive goes directly to helping kids and families. And thanks to our supporting sponsors, we could not create this program and raise these vital funds without all of you. Our deepest thanks to all of our sponsors for your support. Like so many other things, this year's virtual Healing Hearts Luncheon looks a bit different than it has in the past. I'd like to thank our virtual Healing Hearts Luncheon table captains for hanging in there with us and launching their virtual teams to raise both awareness and vital funds to help children and families in our community impacted by child abuse. And thanks to Cody Rowe Media and the Kids Center staff for producing the many digital components of today's program. And of course, sincere thanks to each of you for making the time to be with us today to learn more about Kids Center and how you can truly change the life of a child. And now to share more about Kids Center, I'm delighted to introduce Executive Director Gil Levy.
Hello and welcome to our virtual Healing Hearts Luncheon. We are thrilled to have you here with us. Thank you for being with us today. This past year was an incredibly challenging time for all of us. And here at Kids Center, it's been no exception. About midway through 2020, we learned that calls to the state child abuse hotline in Oregon had declined by a precipitous 70%. It's a frightening drop. And we know that doesn't mean that there aren't cases of abuse out there. Rather, it indicates that children are not able to access the social safety net that they normally can. And this means that there are kids suffering silently who have yet to be discovered and referred for services like ours. As we move forward, we would love you to be involved to help support our mission. Whether you are new to our community and learning about us or a longtime supporter, please be a part of Kids Center's family and join us as we work to prevent, evaluate, and treat child abuse here in Central Oregon. Come to our website at www.kidscenter.org, sign up for an online training, become a volunteer, and consider making a gift. To show you a little bit more about the impact that we make, we're going to take you on a brief virtual tour of the center.
Hi, and welcome to Kids Center, Central Oregon's only children advocacy center. We are dedicated to the prevention, evaluation, and treatment of child abuse in Central Oregon. From the moment a family arrives at Kids Center, we want them to feel welcome, safe, and heard. Upon arrival, families are shown to one of two family waiting rooms. We've worked hard to make sure that these families are comfortable in their environment, whether they have small children or teens. Every family is supported by a team of experts, trained to help through these evaluations in a trauma-informed and child-friendly way. Instrumental to this team are our family advocates. They are the first point of contact for every family, reaching out to them prior to the evaluation to help them understand what the day will look like, and then being their first point of contact upon arrival. Let's meet one of our family advocates now.
As a family advocate, we really walk alongside the families and meet them where they're at to provide resources, information, and support. And sometimes those families just need an ear to listen, a shoulder to cry on, and we can be that for them as well. And in order to help them focus on the healing of their children and in moving forward, we try to remedy by offering connection to resources. I think what I love most is watching the children and the families leave Kids Center after the evaluation is over, and seeing them feel better than when they walked in the doors to begin with. There's often a smile on their face, a sense of relief in their eyes, and they know that they are believed and supported when they come in here to Kids Center, and that when they walk out our doors, that we've got their back.
Our family waiting rooms act as home base for the families. It's important they feel really comfortable because the evaluation can take upwards of 4 hours. We don't perform any part of the evaluation with the child and caregiver together. The child needs to feel free and comfortable sharing their experience without worry of upsetting a caregiver or parent. We go to great lengths to make sure children feel comfortable, from the fun characters on the walls to the colors, and probably most importantly, our teddy bears. We start the evaluation with the caregiver, gathering some really important background information for the child, including medical history and family and social history. We want this to be trauma-informed for the caregiver as well, so they meet with one team member at a time while community partners can observe from another room. Kids Center's child abuse evaluation is just one part of a greater multidisciplinary team approach to keep children safe in our community. Our role is to provide a neutral third-party opportunity for children to share their experience, while our community partners in law enforcement and DHS Child Welfare gain the important information they need to do their job. It's very important for us that our families know our community partners are here, and they're simply observing in their effort to help keep their child safe. Our partners in law enforcement and DHS Child Welfare are able to observe the entire evaluation from another room, gaining important information in real time that they need to do their job to keep kids safe. It's very important to us that our families know our partners are on site and observing, and what their role is in the safety of their child. There are two components of the evaluation that include the child, beginning with our forensic interview. It's at the core of our services and really why we exist. It was developed to minimize the number of times a child has to tell their story and the number of people they have to talk to. We record it to aid in investigation when necessary. Let's hear from one of our forensic interviewers now.
The forensic interview is really at the core of our business at the Kids Center. It's an evidence-based method of interviewing children that facilitates them giving us a narrative of what happened to them. The room is comfortable, they have choices, we tell children they're in charge, and it's really designed to help them tell their story, record it so they don't have to continue to tell it, and have it available for the court process as they move forward. I consider it a privilege every time I enter the room with a child that's met me maybe 20 minutes earlier, and they share some of the most intimate details of something that's happened to them with me. I feel really privileged to be able to talk to them, and I love talking to children. They're amazing human beings, they're all different, and so there's never 2 days that are alike in this job.
Following the forensic interview, every child receives a head-to-toe exam by one of our in-house medical examiners.
So at Kids Center, we examine every child's body from the top of their heads to the tips of their toes to make sure that their entire body is healthy and safe. And the reason why we do it is because there's multiple forms of abuse. And so by examining their body, we are checking for other signs or symptoms of abuse. Each child, when they receive an exam at Kids Center, they're in charge of the exam. It's whatever they're comfortable with. They are not forced to do anything. They are encouraged, but ultimately it is their decision. All the medical examiners at Kids Center have been trained to perform exams that are trauma-informed and forensically sound. When children receive the reassurance from us at Kids Center that their body is safe and healthy, this provides them the opportunity to begin the road of healing.
Once the child completes their portion of the evaluation, we'll end the day by spending a little bit more time with the caregiver to share with them what we've learned about their child's experience and help them understand how they can support their child in the days to come. Their family advocate will walk alongside them, helping them navigate what can be a very stressful and complicated process. The final aspect of the evaluation is to connect children and families with therapy so that they can process and overcome the trauma of abuse. Therapy really can be the difference between a child who overcomes and strives beyond abuse and one who doesn't. Let's meet one of our on-site therapists now.
When a child is abused, it can affect the entire family. And here at Kids Center, we offer therapy services for the entire family, including youth who have experienced abuse, their non-offending caregivers, and siblings. So therapy is a #1 protective factor following abuse to support the healing journey. We provide emotional support along with psychoeducation around the short and long-term effects of trauma. And we offer both shorter and longer-term therapy to address the layers of trauma. What I love most about the therapy program here at Kids Center is the opportunity to provide our families healing and build resilience. As a mother of 2 young boys, being able to support them in a life free of their trauma experience is the greatest gift I can imagine giving them.
Thank you for joining us on our virtual tour today. We hope you feel inspired and share our passion in helping kids get back to being kids. To close, our executive director would like to share a few ways about how you can get involved.
Kids Center, we employ a group of highly trained, specialized staff to provide the services that we offer to our community. The comprehensive cost for services for one child and family at Kids Center is approximately $4,000. For the past 25 years, we've been able to offer those services to every single child and family who have come through our doors at no charge, thanks to the incredible generosity of individuals and businesses from our community here in Central Oregon. To illustrate the impact that your gift can make, we've invited one mom to share her story of how Kids Center made a difference in the life of her family.
I learned of the abuse after my daughter had attended a Safe Touch program. While I was at work, I got a call from her principal saying my husband and I had asked us if we could go into the school as soon as we could. She had to talk to us about something. She let them know of the abuse that had happened. Personally, I was speechless. I couldn't really say much. All I could do was just hug her. It was heartbreaking because you don't think that it's ever gonna hit home. She had mentioned some things that kind of started sticking with me. Certain relatives she didn't want to be near. After we learned of the abuse, I kind of pieced everything together and it all made sense. We never really thought that we would be in this situation, so it's not something that you think about or you prepare for. So we were definitely all a little nervous, but once we came here and everybody was just so welcoming, so understanding, they made us feel okay and they reassured us that everything was okay. For us, or for me as a mom, I felt okay with my kids being here and talking about what was about to come. Kids Center supported us after the evaluation more than we could ever wished for. We knew we had a place we could go to talk openly about the abuse that had happened. We weren't judged, and it's a place where I felt my kids would be safe at.
I was looking at my parents and I honestly felt like it was my fault they were put in this situation, you know, where they had to go and talk to all these people. But I didn't cry the whole time. And I think when I finally did cry, it was when I went to the therapist. I started crying, and I think it was because I didn't want to cry in front of my parents. I was too scared because I already felt like a burden. But as soon as you go to Kids Center, it just shows you that showing your feelings is okay. It's not something to be judged. It's really nice being at Kids Center because it's just comforting and everyone's so nice.
If I could describe Kids Center with one word, it would be comforting. Everybody here from the moment we walked in the door made us feel welcome. Everybody here was caring and made sure that we felt okay and we felt safe. Once we came to Kids Center, we found out about the abuse and started going to therapy. She opened up a lot more. While we did lose a part of her, we gained a lot more. We grew more as a family. We're a lot closer now than we were before. And it's just great to see how she has progressed. She's resilient. She's stronger than I could have ever imagined.
Hi, my name is Molly Carroll. I'm a Kids Center board member and licensed therapist. Watching that video makes me feel so proud to be on the Kids Center board and that we have Kids Center in our community. As a therapist working with adults who did not have a Kids Center, I see the destructive impact abuse can have when it is untreated. So we are so fortunate to have this resource and have all of you, our friends and sponsors and donors. We are so grateful, which is why it is my pleasure to invite you to join me in giving a gift which is ever meaningful to you to help support the families and children of Kids Center. We have a big goal, a goal to raise $150,000, but that is because we have a big vision. We want to help every child who needs us. Every day at Kids Center, kids come through the doors who need help overcoming abuse. For those who can join our Healing Hearts Society with a gift of $1,000 or more, we are excited to share that a longtime friend is offering a $25,000 match for the first 25 gifts at this level. What an incredible gift. We are so grateful for all of you. In keeping with the spirit of our Healing Hearts Luncheon, we invite everyone watching to make your gift right now, today, in one of the following ways. Open a second browser window, visit kidscenter.org, and click Donate to make your gift online. You can give through your table captains or your own luncheon fundraising page. If you set that up, you can mail a check today to Kids Center at 1375 Northwest Kingston Avenue, Bend, Oregon 97703. Or if you do not have access to a computer or prefer to give over the phone, please call at 541-383-5958. If you already gave, thank you. And maybe consider sharing this opportunity with friends or family who may want to give and change lives. From the bottom of our hearts, we want to thank you for joining us today and being with us to help support the children and families of Kids Center shine in order to be their best selves. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jamie. I'm an 8th grader and a student at Cascade School of Music. Thank you all for donating to the Kids Center today. I hope you enjoy the song I wrote while you make your gift. I wrote this song about looking forward to the future with hope and to encourage the kids to stay positive and excited to start new chapters in their lives. Thank you. I have dreams that are worth dreaming, and I'll speak my mind, even when it won't be heard. And I'll fly through the storms, even when it breaks my wings.
Today, we hope you've been inspired to join the movement to bring child abuse out of the darkness and shine. Most of you have joined this movement already by making a gift today. But what can you do tomorrow to make sure you keep your light shining bright? You can take a Kids Center prevention training. We've made these virtual so that you can participate even during social distancing orders. You can share what you've learned today. Start a conversation with friends, family, coworkers, teachers, and even faith leaders. Share your support on social media. Follow and like us on Instagram and Facebook, where we post tips and updates, events, and training opportunities. But most important, listen and believe survivors at any age. And you can start this today. Last week, we kicked off National Child Abuse Prevention Month through the Blue Ribbon Campaign, coordinated by Kids Center and our friends at Mountain Star Family Relief Nursery. As part of our Blue Ribbon Campaign, we are asking every adult to speak up and save a child. Every year, Kids Center and Mountain Star have the honor to award specific community partners that have dedicated their time and their resources to making sure they are keeping our children and families safe. Whether that's through providing a training for their staff, members, volunteers, clients, or students, or providing specific services for children and family. Each of these organizations have dedicated their time to create a safer community for our children. As part of the 2021 Blue Ribbon Campaign, we want to support and recognize each of these organizations as our Prevention Partners of the Year. From Crook County, St. Vincent de Paul in Prineville for distributing hundreds of prevention toolkits to families in their food boxes, making sure that children and adults were given prevention education even when we couldn't meet in person. Fortis Construction, who reached out to Mountain Star Prineville to find ways to make the building better. In cooperation with Facebook, Fortis Construction provided a $20,000 grant for providing building updates that will help all program participants for the next several years. From Deschutes County, Bend Fire and Rescue for training all of their staff in child sexual abuse prevention, becoming the first Darkness to Light partner in prevention on this side of the Cascades. Deschutes Public Library partnered with Mountain Star staff in Bend, Lapine, and Redmond to provide age-appropriate books to all children in their program. The children's librarians provided support and education for families to help increase early literacy and kindergarten readiness. From Jefferson County, Warm Springs Prevention Team for bringing critical prevention trainings to their youth, including internet safety trainings, providing a crucial protective factor for youth in the community. Neighbor Impact Food Bank allowed Mountain Star's Madras team to provide food boxes to all enrolled families for several months in 2020. Families expressed that these food boxes helped them to relax just a little during a very stressful time. Congratulations for your outstanding efforts to encourage others to speak up and save a child. As we enter our next 25 years, we look forward to our growing prevention efforts so we can further protect and prevent child abuse throughout our communities. Please visit kidscenter.org for more information on prevention and our trainings, and register online. At this point, we would like to announce the winner of our $100 Costco gift card drawing. The winner's name will appear on the screen. Congratulations. From all of the families and children that have been impacted by your generous hearts, thank you. Thank you for supporting our work today and for continually having the willingness to speak up and save a child. If you made a gift today, thank you. If you are considering or have signed up for a child abuse prevention training, thank you. If you had learned how to do child abuse prevention in a new way today, thank you. It's only together that we are able to create a safer community for our kids. It takes all of us. To close out our program today, the children from the Cascade School of Music would like to share a special piece.
It's all struggle and all the continue to spark a flame. And you are brave and strong and oh so beautiful. Well, you are beautiful, and your story is never ending, and your future is for you to decide. Today brings tomorrow, and tomorrow a new dream. The challenges will be hard, but I know you'll succeed. You'll find joy, 'cause you can choose your destiny. And every miracle and constellation is waiting to be seen. I'll never lose hope, and don't be afraid to face defeat. A little bird told me I have a dream, let's go make it reality. And however long the night, well, the sun will always rise. Your whisper, well, it's enough to shine bright. It's the love behind your eyes that pulls the moon to raise the sun. It's every victory you chase, and when you catch it, you make the world a better place. Today brings tomorrow, and tomorrow a new dream. The challenges will be hard, but I know you'll succeed. You'll find joy, 'cause you can choose your destiny. And every speck of gold that shines bright and lights the sky, lights the sky. We'll never lose hope, and don't be afraid to face defeat. A little bird told me I have a dream, let's go make it reality. And however long the night, well, the sun will always arise. Hand in hand, we're enough to shine bright. Shine bright. Today brings tomorrow, and tomorrow victories. The challenges will be hard, but you all inspire me. You can make a new path, 'cause you can choose